Do it.
It wasn't me. Hey, folks, thanks for tuning into the BAMF podcast. I'm your host, Mike Lafferty. Here is our terrible, contextually obligated intro music. That's enough of that. Today, we are playing Honey Heist. Let me introduce the panel real fast. That's up next to me. Sir, should I address you? Oh, my God, you're in costume.
Greatest hat ever.
How would you like me to? Would you like me to call you by your character name, or how would you like me to refer to you, sir?
That's on you, Bear. Yeah, you don't know.
Roll a dice.
Yeah. We'll call him 4.
Yeah.
Okay, I can just call you Guy with the Ears, and that would work. Next to Guy with the Ears is Sparky, Stanley the Honey Badger. How you doing, Sparky?
Pretty good, sir. How are you doing?
I'm all right. This came from Walmart, so I'm a little bit sad, but I hope it's going to be
I have to go later, so I'm already sad for that.
You understand. Walt, directly beneath me is playing Slim. He's a polar bear.
Rawr.
And Walt, what is your descriptor and role in the gang?
I am a rookie driver.
All right, cool. Next to Walt, we have Jason Sunday, who's playing Debo, who is a slick panda muscle with a bowler hat.
Oh, bother.
Oh, bother.
Oh, bother.
And finally, last but not least, we have Alice. Hey, Alice.
Hi, everyone.
And would you like to describe your character?
I am playing Croker, the black bear with a top hat.
Awesome.
Nice.
And Abe Smith, we're told, will be here soon once he gets through his customs. And hey, there he is. Abe, how are you, sir?
Crikey, that was quick. He surprised me then. I was looking down, and all of a sudden I get a blast in my ear rolls. Thank you very much. I'm fine, thank you.
All right, can you describe your bear to us, sir?
He is a bear. He is a rookie black bear with a climb ability. He's apparently the brains of the outfit. He has a cowboy hat. And I believe he has the ability to blow things up as well, unless I'm very, very much mistaken. And I believe I called him Speedy. For no apparent reason whatsoever. So there you go.
All right, I believe you and Alice, who we'll call Croker for this game, are the two brains.
Good.
Jason's the muscle. Stanley the Honey Badger. You are...
I'm muscle.
You're muscle. All right. Walt's the driver, and...
I'm the hacker.
You're the hacker. All right, there we go.
The hacker.
All right, cool. So you guys get a call from your man on the inside.
Does he have a name?
He does have a name. I wrote it up. I wrote it down. Walt, you know why I wrote it down?
Because you knew I would ask.
Yeah, I did. Your inside name is
what we're heisting. What the heist job is exactly.
Well, HoneyCon 2022, being held in the Broadmoor in luxurious Colorado Springs, features a large cask of black orchid honey made from the blackest of bees, and it will transform anyone who consumes it into a goth.
So are we stealing this so we can become goths ourselves, or are we stealing this because?
Well, your inside man, Vinny T. Who, he meets you. Do you guys have the map of the Broadmoor I sent?
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yep.
I can pull it up for visual aid for our ones. Oh, hey, we have a viewer. You probably have more on Twitch, I hope, right?
Yeah, a couple on Twitch actually.
All right, cool. Here's the map of the property. It's a nice resort hotel located in a forest up a mountainside. You're going to meet him. Let's see, where's a good place to meet? Oh, the bowling alley at Broadmoor West called Play, with that little A looking a little smaller than the rest of the letters because they're fancy. They have duck pin bowling and drinking. So the night before HoneyCon 2022 kicks off here in frosty January in Colorado. You guys meet your inside man, Penny, right there. He's a short fella, wears a red shirt. He's a little fuzzy. Like you guys, he's a weird hybrid of... he's a member of the undercover criminal bear underground. And he gives you the lowdown on HoneyCon 2022. It's imagine a state fair, but where the only product featured is honey. All the beekeepers from all over, the apiaries, if you will, all over the western U.S. are coming here to Colorado Springs, to Broadmoor Hall, there in the lower right-hand part of the map, to display their wares. So much honey in one place. It's the ultimate hall, ultimate heist for a bunch of criminal bears like yourself. But the big prize, the Black Orchid honey, he has a buyer for this Black Orchid honey out in Portland, of all places, who will pay top dollar for this goth transformation honey if you guys can successfully exfiltrate it from the hall and get it out to him. So he gives you the rundown on the property. There's going to be security. There's a few different guard shacks throughout the place. Lots and lots of deer throughout the property. If that's any problem for you bears, just know that there's going to be deer there. I might have to deal with them. And let me consult my notes real fast. And he's called you guys here because he heard you were the best criminal bears available on short notice. So you're here in the duck pin bowling alley underneath Broadmoor West. The comforting sound of small bowling balls hitting small bowling pins and clattering them fills the air. There's a delicate scent of frying food and fermented beverages around you. As bears, this is probably either really appetizing or horribly disgusting. He says, perhaps you guys should take a moment to get to know each other since this is your first meeting.
I have a rumbly in my tumbly. While chewing on bamboo, like a stogie, you know.
There you go. I just drive stuff.
I'm just a chain smoking honey badger. I'm here for violence and cigarette butts.
I have a top hat because I'm cool.
Alice wants to say something. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it too.
She's about to.
Why
lose.
am I here?
She can't bear the thought of another bad pun.
My brain is trying to boot up.
Oh, I have a good one coming.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Aid?
I've got nothing.
Well, could you introduce yourself? Vinny says pointedly.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we just did? Introduce ourselves?
I'm Speedy the bear.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Speedy.
Can
I'm Devo.
I have cowboy boots as well as a cowboy hat? Because at least then I got extra cool.
I tip my bowler.
You can. Thankfully, most of the patrons are fairly drunk, so you guys are passing yourselves off as humans fairly easily, perhaps a little surprisingly. So it looks like we've identified who the brains, the hacker, and the muscle are going to be for this little excursion.
This happens a lot at the cons. Constantly, just mistaken for everyday people.
It does. It does. Bears are everywhere. We just don't realize it.
I do have a suggestion in character.
What's that?
Our group needs a name. I suggest we go by the Unbearables.
Mental notes. Haven't beaten.
Okay. Just a couple of salient details. The IT headquarters or the IT center where you've got, say, the controls for all the closed circuit TVs and motion sensors and whatnot. They're there in number 7 on your map, International Hall. That's where you're going to want to get your hacker into after hours. There's also a security post there. So you're going to have to take out those guys, get your hacker in, get the security down. Getting out from there will kind of be on you, but Vinny says, I will be here at the Pauline Chapel, parked in a food truck.
Like you do.
Like you do. It's to be inconspicuous. Waiting for you guys. Once you meet me there, we can all drive up this road to the Seven Falls tourist destination. From there, we can load up the honey into a truck to get to the airport, and I will wire you guys the funds once the deal is done. So I'm not the brains of the operation. That's going to be Croker and Speedy, but that's the details I can provide for you.
So what schematics do we have other than this? Do we know where the honey is stored? And sorry, my brain is trying to boot up. I rolled out of bed and logged on.
No worries. It's okay. I just appreciate you indulging us. I know you're more of a serious role player, Alice, and we're here playing bears with hats. So I
play anything, you know that.
I'm a honey badger.
You know what? I have a great idea. Age, you get to be the brains. I'll just be, you get to talk more today.
The unfortunate problem with that is I have no brains.
Well, during the day, the Black Orchid honey is going to be here in Broadmoor Hall, which is number 6, the grade number 6 on the map. It's going to be in a sealed glass case with armed guards. And then at night, this is a little coup I pulled off that might be helpful for you guys. At night, I arrange for it to be transported across the property, across Cheyenne Lake, to number 4 here, Broadmoor West, where it's kept in a secret vault. Now, the security for both Broadmoor Hall and the vault can be controlled by your hacker from the International Hall here, number 7. But that happens every night about 9 p.m. after it's dark. So maybe that's useful information for you guys. You can figure it out. And I think we should probably
How
review
deep is the lake?
Maybe
How
8
deep is it?
No one knows for sure. It's a man-made lake. This whole property was created about 100 years ago. I'm going to guess and say it's probably 8 to 15 feet. There is fishing. There's a lot of swans. How do you guys feel about swans? I hate swans, but they're swans.
I wanna
so-
eat
Cobra
one.
chickens.
Yeah,
Cobra chicken.
they're tasty. Violent, but
Does my
tasty.
bear have a big wheel? You know, the little trikes, the plastic trikes, or the big. I want him to ride a big wheel. You know, like
You can
manly or barely like. You know,
you can probably find one if you look around town.
All
There's
right.
various toy stores. One thing about the Broadmoor, it's being an expensive resort. There's lots of high-priced shops. You can find just about anything there.
Now, being the driver, what getaway vehicle do I have?
There are golf carts all across the property. If you want to get more ambitious, any of the parking lots that you see on the map are going to be filled with an assortment of customer, patron vehicles ranging from SUVs to late model luxury cars.
All right,
Owners.
so I would like, as we're setting, as my compatriots are setting up for this, I'm going to be like cruising through the parking lots, acting as a valet. In fact, I'm going to find a valet coat. I don't know how I'll be able to get it fitted on, but it's going to happen.
Walk around, hold it like this. It's like they'll never,
Yeah, hold it in front of me.
Yeah, they'll never know.
They'll never know.
No.
All right, you can do that. And hell, hey, this is a good chance to talk about the rules and have Walt make a roll.
I love it.
So you get that D6 in your hand, Walt. So you
I
warm it
do.
up because you want to roll well.
Hit it.
So, as they famously say about Honey Heist, you have 2 scores: criminal and bear. You have 3 points in each when you start off, and it's a roll under system. So if you want to do something that's related to being a bear, like let's say you want to maul a guy, you roll your D6. If you get 3 or under, you successfully maul him. If you want to do something criminal related, like steal a car, you roll a D6, and if you get a 3 under, you've successfully stolen that car. If you're doing something related to your specific bear skill, like guy with the ears, if you were doing a hacker thing, you could roll 2 dice and pick the lowest one, so you have advantage on that. And
Hey, I just want to point out sometimes the bad guys make the best good guys.
Especially when
Anyone
it's
got
black.
that reference? I'm sorry.
When it's black. Oh yeah, this is definitely. It wouldn't be leverage. It would be bearage.
I know.
Or would that be porridge?
I've had like 16 different quotes going through my head, and I'm like, apparently I should name my character something else.
Somebody's got to shout out "Age of the Bear," baby.
That is actually the comment that I shut myself down on earlier when you said Alice looks like she wants to.
So
say
I'm gonna roll my criminal score
roll your criminal
and
score.
to see if I can. Now I'm trying to find a Mini Cooper.
You want to
Yeah.
uh,
I got a 1.
you succeeded admirably. You have got a Mini Cooper.
All right, so I break in, or rather, I'll wait for one to come up to the valet,
Mhm.
and I'm going to deliberately share my tips with the other valets because everybody's going to want the bear to drive their car, if not for nothing else than to have a selfie. And I will spend all morning doing a ridiculous job of meticulously, parking these cars. And then when that one Mini Cooper comes along, I'm going to clone the key, hang the real keys back up the valet cage. I make my score. And when nobody's looking, I'll just dump the rest of my tips to the valet guys, give them some fist bumps. And,
Wouldn't there be claw bumps?
Okay.
no, I'm going to curl everything back.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to have to fight my urge because the funny thing about being a polar bear is that polar bears are the only animal on the entire planet that hunt humans for sport. I'm going to have to try and resist this urge.
Well, that brings me to another good subject I would like to talk about.
Excellent.
You criminal bears exist in a liminal state between criminal and bear. And it's a constant fight. Which side's going to take more? How are you going to end up? When the plan fails, like let's say if Walt's attempt to steal a car had failed, then I would have to ask him to move 1 point from criminal score into bear. So he would have 2 criminal and then 3 bear at that point. If a plan goes off without a hitch, you move 1 point from bear. Oh wait, hang on. If you get frustrated, you move 1 point from criminal to bear because you're frustrated. Grrr, you're more bear. But when a plan works, like Walt's just did, you got to move 1 point from bear to criminal. So right now, Walt, please move 1 point from bear to criminal. Yep. And you can voluntarily move 1 point from bear to criminal by doing a flashback scene in which you and the other bears plan out the heist over coffee and cigarettes in the back room of a city bar, perhaps like we are now. So you can flash back to this scene here at the Duckpin Bowling Alley.
Gotcha.
Conversely, you can move 1 point of criminal into bear by eating a lot of honey.
So, guys, how are we going to do this flash dance scene?
I don't know. I'm kind of stuck on what I just texted.
Did I say flash dance scene?
No. I wanted to see if you were paying attention.
I smell toast. Is that natural? All right.
Yes.
Somebody call 911.
You smell fudge when there is no fudge. That's the important question.
Okay. Here is the thing. If your criminal stat ever reaches 6, you lured into a life of crime and you betray the party. Boo. If your bear stat ever...
We become bears with goatees?
Yeah. You become a douchebag bear. If your bear stat ever reaches 6, you flip out bear style and you lose it. Presumably you picked up animal control and you wander off into the forest awaiting whatever happens next. So, all right. Them's the rules. And you guys have got the briefing on the place. You're hanging out in a bar.
I pick up my cell phone because this is probably the size disparagement because now, polar bear. And I call my guys and be like, yeah, I got us a car.
Okay, I want to do a flashback scene of beating up security and taking the uniform, which will fit very snugly of a bear of my shape.
So you want to find the biggest, fattest security guy there is and try to beat him up?
I do.
Are you gonna? All right.
And I'm going to Debo him.
Going to Debo. All right.
Are we all taking a trip to Walmart?
There we go.
I guess we are. All right. So I guess that would be you're mauling somebody. So that's a bear thing, right? So roll 1d6.
And muscle.
Yeah. Wait, so you get to roll 2d6. Take the lower one.
How can I make my hat work for me here?
You can steal a Sharpie, put a smiley face on it.
Okay, I got a 3 and a 1.
Okay, then you take the lower one. Take the 1. You successfully beat up the fattest guard on hotel, and you get to steal his uniform. So,
all right.
Now you have a surprisingly effective disguise.
All right.
I'd like to do a flashback scene.
So I got to get 1 in bear, right?
Once he's done.
1 more to bear.
Yeah, you move 1 from criminal to bear. Alice, you are doing what?
I would like to have a basically ask our hacker to get some information on the place and kind of do this whole scene where we're sitting around the table and doing a virtual walkthrough of the different locations of where this thing will be transported and do the kind of, run through of, so when it leaves Broadmoor Hall, we're going to wait until it goes through the welcome gate past the security checkpoints. And then we're going to, basically give it a flat tire. We're going to jump it, etc. And do that flashback, get everything planned out. And therefore, we're going to use the cover of the of Cheyenne Lake to run off with it.
Okay, so you're asking the hacker to do something? What's the hacker doing?
I want to plan something. I want us to basically get a plan going. It's the flashback of the plan.
And I have a special screen next to my little super laptop that has the matrix code on it, but it's not the numbers, it's bears. There's probably a box with like 3 or 4 old hard drives that are just sitting there and look important, like you see it in all the TV shows always, but they don't do anything.
All right.
Oh God.
Okay, I interject my own flashback scene. Whatever else, just doing the rest. My flashback scene is me leaning up against a tree with my hat over my eyes, just trying to bat away flies as I'm trying to go to sleep. That's my flashback scene.
That's your flashback scene. Okay. Alice, when you're doing your flashback scene, did you want to move any of your points around?
Yeah, I'd like to move a bear towards criminal.
All right, so you can do that with your flashback scene. All right, see that was your planning sequence. Does anyone else? Do we doing flashback sequences about planning, or anyone need to make a roll? Anyone want to do anything?
I'm gonna stalk around the grounds for a bit until you find one of those upper management guys, in a blazer and glasses, and he got the little name badge. And I'm gonna wait till he goes in the men's room. Then I'm gonna maul him and take his blazer and his little name tag and seamlessly blend in with the surroundings. People will see him in management or lower management.
Okay. Well,
so that would be a Badger Carnage. So I guess 2d6.
2d6. Take the lower. If it's 3 or under, you are successfully mauling him and disguising yourself.
Is this Bob Smith?
This went horribly wrong.
What happened?
I rolled a 5 and a 4.
Oh, okay. This guy was ready for you. He is apparently used to being insulted in bathrooms. And, he managed to repel your attack, sir. At this point, you can retreat or try again. But if you lose the second time, he will have you subdued and take you to animal control. So your call.
I am a psychotic honey badger. I don't give up.
Okay.
Honey badger don't care.
True.
I want animal control.
You're going to animal control.
Honey badger don't give up.
Oh no! That
Okay.
All right.
I'm screaming all the way. They're dragging me off and wrapped up.
All right. Let's figure out where that's going to be. Let's look at the map. I am going to suggest to you that the temporary holding facility for rabid honey badgers is here at the Broadmoor Dry Cleaners on the north side of the map, because the map's north is to the right.
They're really going to let him shred all the clothes? I figured they'd just lock him in tennis courts.
Well, tennis courts aren't covered. They have storage rooms for the laundry bins they can put him in and lock with a padlock. So he's being held there. And your inside man, Vinny, he can tell you that's what's happening. So while you guys are there, after the honey badger has left, the TVs in the area, they kind of static out for a second, and then a short fellow wearing a blue shirt and a red floppy hat comes on. He introduces himself as Tad Ington. He is the property manager, and he lets people know that things are okay. There have been some disruptions in the area, but it shouldn't interfere with the honey-related festivities tomorrow. There was an animal on campus who's now been taken care of, and this isn't related to the any of the unfortunate incidents at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo early this afternoon, where both the grizzly bear and polar bear enclosures cleared out completely. He assures the patrons that those bears aren't on site, and everything is perfectly normal. And we'll go ahead as planned with with HoneyCon tomorrow. So have a good evening. Thanks for staying at the Broadmoor.
As security, I would like to secure the honey badger's release.
All right. So we're going on a field trip over to the laundry to see if you can get them out.
Yep.
I need to go get my tux and my top hat laundered.
I want to use my pepper spray to blind others, and so they don't see what happens when I jailbreak the honey badger.
We're gonna
Okay, bring me one of the
radios.
radios. I need one of their radios to hack into so that
I
we can
I
listen
think
to
the
it.
problem with you younglings, you don't know how to do a job with class. You just go up and you distract them and you talk to them.
Okay, hang on. All right, time out.
I don't do peaceful things.
All right, time out. We need to figure out the laundry list of who's doing what. Debo is going to go to the laundry to get Stanley out. And while he's on the way, he's going to attempt to get a radio for Ho Chi Gao.
Yep.
Okay. What's everyone else doing while Stanley is doing that?
I'm driving them.
You're driving them?
I'm screaming for cigarettes.
I was going to go try and get Stanley out, but yeah, my approach is a bit different than the pepper spray.
You could try just to ask to do a prisoner transfer. Animal control's here. I'll take him away.
It's not pepper spray, it's spicy air.
Spicy air?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I will cut back to me against the tree, still trying to bat away flies with my hat over my eyes.
Okay.
So you gonna roll for bear or criminal with this one?
Well, first Walt's got to drive you across the lake
Okay.
to get there. So Walt, that's going to be a driving roll.
Oh,
Is that
Very
criminal or
weird.
bear?
Well, bears don't drive generally, so I'm going to go with criminal on that.
Criminal and then driver. That gives me a second die.
Mhm.
Can he use his hat in this? That would be awesome.
Can I use my hat?
As this, your disguise.
Well, the funny thing is, I don't fit in the seat, so I got to drive with my head out the window.
out the sunroof.
Is your tongue sticking out too?
Absolutely. So I don't know how this works because on one die I got a 6 and the other one I got a 1.
You take the lower.
All right. So
You
yeah,
always take the lower.
You successfully navigate driving over the lake in your Mini Cooper. You hear something splashing behind you,
oh no. And what is it?
well, you look back, you see a polar bear that came up out of the lake, climbing across the bridge, and was looking like he was going to shuffle after you, but he realized you were driving so well. There was just no way he could catch up because you rolled a 1 on that race. You got a critical success. So he kind of stares at you and then jumps back into the lake.
That was weird.
Wasn't it?
Could we be
What?
up against another crew on this?
Okay, the polar bear wasn't dressed like Ursula Andress, was it? Just as an off chance.
No. What does Ursula Andress dress like?
In the white bikini from the Bond
Clash
film,
of the Titans.
From Doctor No.
from Doctor No, when she comes out the sea.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It was dark. It'd be in the.
It was
it's got
dark.
Very long hair.
It's a possibility, but it was dark.
It is a possibility, but it was dark. You couldn't even see if it was wearing a hat for sure. It might have had a very small, just a fez on or something, but you couldn't really tell. So, all right. So Walt's roll was successful. Walt, aka Slim, and Jason, aka Debo, you are now entering the laundry facility. Was there anyone else with them?
Yeah, I'm with them.
You're with them. Okay.
I'm going to try and talk our way through rather than pepper spray them.
Okay. There is a security guy who is standing out front of the locked storage closet that contains the. Stanley, I'm assuming you're just hitting that door for all you're worth right now.
Yeah.
Is that a fair summary? Okay.
I'm bouncing off the walls because I need nicotine.
All right. So, security
This is
guys.
animal abuse. Give me a cigarette.
All right. So the security guy sees the three of you guys walk up, nods his head to the guy in the security uniform.
I took note of some names around the facility and badges of who's in charge and all while we were on our way in.
Okay. The head of the facility is Tad Ington.
Okay. Oh, good. Wait, hold on. Is he already pulling his pepper spray?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I'm getting it out, kind of shaking it up.
Oh, good. Somebody is here. They said that the security schedule got messed up and there's nobody guarding the bear. We need to move the bear. So
it's actually a honey badger, ma'am.
Well, honey badger. Fine.
I'm offended.
Fine. We need to reassign you. Look, there is this VIP over in Bartland Hall. She is going crazy, and we need you to go and deal with that. It's something about the getting more champagne or something. Anyways, I've already brought another security officer. As you can see, he really loves pepper spray. He will pepper spray this honey badger down the moment that it decides to talk back. So you need to go off and yeah.
I have my orders directly from Tad Ington.
Yes, well, Tad
himself.
told me to tell you that there's just been a total mix-up. And why aren't you on your comms? I mean, why are you never on your walkie-talkie? Tad says you are always on your walkie-talkie, and you're never on the right frequency. You're always talking on some private channel with somebody on campus.
All right, Alice, at this point, I think we should roll.
Sure.
So roll your criminal score. 3 or under.
I would have gone with Alice's crazy lady story, but then I would
I-
have said that she was crazy because she didn't have her emotional support badger, which was in the lockup.
Yes.
I got a 6 and a 2.
You got a 6 and a 2.
Yes.
So you are successful, and the security guy buys your terrible story, nods his head, and is walking away, and says, "I have a radio problem. Hey there, security guy, you want to trade me radios?"
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so he gives you his radio, and then he's waiting for you to hand him a radio.
All right. I searched around my belt to see if I have a radio on me, part of the uniform.
You have some Funyuns.
Oh yeah, I handed the Funyuns. Like, there you go.
He is confused, but he walks away. So, all right, so now you guys are you were successful. You got the security off the door. So what do you do now?
Okay.
Free the honey badger.
Let's spring the honey badger.
Okay, your bears. Can you deal with this combination luck?
With brute strength, I can rip the door off.
Okay, brute strength. What is your bear score right now, Jason?
4.
Okay, roll, and if it's 4 or below, you successfully pull it off.
Oh yeah, I got a 3 and a 4.
All right, Stanley, you are free.
Instead of thanking them or anything, I berate them for taking so long and ask them if they have any cigarettes.
They're in
And
the
then I
car.
start looking around the laundry for a proper disguise. I'm looking for like a utility jumpsuit because people don't pay attention to maintenance crews or anything like that,
Especially when they're badgers.
especially when they're badgers.
Yeah, it's laundry for the whole facility. There's every kind of uniform you could find on campus is going to be in here, so you can find a lawnskeeper or a maintenance man or whatever you
Cocktail
want.
Got it.
waitress.
Tennis coach.
I'm not
tennis
putting on a
coach.
mini skirt. Damn it. Do I need to roll for that, or
No, it's all
Yeah.
there. It's yeah.
I suit up and also check all the ashtrays for cigarette butts I can maybe smoke.
There's a-
Is this where they do the dry cleaning for the hotel guests as well? The resort guests?
Yeah, that's it's in the same building.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go and find some fancy clothes and stuff.
Okay. What do you want to find?
A nice dress, a nice evening gown dress.
You can find that easily. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right, so let's drive back to the facility where we're supposed to be staging out of and get ready for this hit.
Okay. Let's see. The thing's going to be tomorrow. You guys were based out of the Duckpin Bowling Alley up here in Broadmoor West, where it says number 1. It's play with the obnoxious A that's smaller than everything else. So you were there with Vinny T. Poo. Vinny T. Who. And oh god, this is really silly. Hacker Ho Chi Gao,
Yes,
you have your radio now, sir.
Finally. Let's see if I can get into their little communication and we can listen on what they're saying, all the security.
Okay, make a hacking roll. That'll be your criminal score. Add a second dice and roll it under your stat.
That's a 1 and a 2. Nice.
Nice.
You got it. You have completely owned their communications network, and you know what everyone's saying to everyone else.
Perfect. No, perfect.
One thing that you find unusual is there's a private channel that's just used by Thad Ington, the property
Have
owner.
a look at it.
And he's doing what appears to be crudely coded messages to 4 or 5 other people around the campus, and they're not talking about hotel business at all. Like I say, they're talking in some kind of weird archaic code. They're using code words. Is John has a long mustache. The chair is against the wall. It's very unusual.
Ooh. Can
I'm
the
going to
brains
tell the
try
team.
and help him
Confused.
decipher the code?
Sure. Oh, by the way, how'd you go? Since you were successful at a criminal roll, take 1 point from Bear, put it in criminal.
Yep.
So now your criminal score is 4. Got to keep an eye on that because if any of you guys become full criminals, you betray the party and hijinks ensue. Alice, if you want to try to break the code that he's discovered, you'll need to make a criminal roll.
Sure.
And
Double 6s. Nope.
It seems normal to
Absolutely
you.
no idea. They're clearly talking about cake.
Cake? Is there honey in the cake?
I'm gonna sit behind the hacker bear and eat a big thing of honey so I can move a point from criminal back to bear.
All right.
Oh, that's a bad idea. I'm an unhinged sun bear. I can detect the honey. And if you are eating honey behind me, I'm going to get distracted by the honey. And I'm unhinged enough to do so.
I don't like honey anyway, so I give you the rest of it. I give you the honey. Find some.
Oh, okay. All right. You can move a point from criminal back into bear if you're eating the honey.
Honey, yeah.
Now I won't betray the party because my rolls will continue to suck. I promise.
Okay. So, what do you guys want to do? It's getting late. They're going to be closing up for the evening.
Let's maul somebody.
We should stroll over to the security center, and so that I can pull off the Die Hard thing, where the nerd guy talks to his accomplice how great that ice hockey play was, to distract the guard.
Okay. That is in the International Center down here at the bottom of the map. You guys want? You can stroll over there.
Yep, I'll
And,
go with him.
Suspiciously.
Okay.
And hit all the ashtrays.
Fair enough. All right, so we have got the hacker and the psychotic honey badger are walking down there to take out a security guy and infiltrate the security center and the IT center, so they can hack this.
Is it a bridge that crosses the lake, or is it just a actual kind of two lakes divided by a small island?
It is a bridge. It's a
bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go while they're doing that. I'm going to go and set myself up under the bridge in case that we get to the situation where we need to jump out and stop the car from crossing across before it hits the security area.
Okay. You're gonna get yourself under the bridge like a troll,
A troll.
Okay. And what is the goal of this action?
In case because you said they drove the honey across the bridge to the other area when they locked it up.
These are Plan B, apparently.
I'm Plan B, as in Plan Bear. Yes.
Okay. So you're going to be just hanging on by your claws underneath that bridge.
Well, if I can find a little place to sit beside it, I'll be happy. But under the bridge, under the bridge, if need be.
What I find really funny
he just wants an excuse to put his hat over his face and take another nap, while the real criminals do all the work.
I've been watching too many reruns of Midnight Cowboy. This is the problem. So, yes, I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to go and hide under the bridge in case that is the last-ditch effort of getting this honey.
Well, okay.
He's probably going to run into the Ursulus Android polar bear.
Yes, it might pop up. Yeah, you never know.
And did anybody else see that every time we use a bear pun, Mike's soul withers a little bit every time?
Just a little bit, just like that.
You know what? We would already have all the honey if it wasn't for all the unbearable puns.
Wait, Mike doesn't like puns? Why does he play with any of us?
I ask myself that very question on occasion. All right, so Hacker and Honey Badger are going down there to take out a security guy and hack the network. Aid's going to hang out by the lake and try to encounter a polar bear. Debo and Slim and Croker, what are you three doing while they're doing that?
I'm the getaway driver, so I'm waiting wherever everybody else is situated. I'm waiting inside the car.
Well,
he's somewhere looking cool.
The plan is that after it crosses the welcome gate security gate, that we're going to pop the tires of the. We have a strip waiting to pop the tires of the transport, and we're going to jack them then, right? So I'm going to be set up near that.
And I'm going to distract the other security guards with fainting goat cakes.
Well, that's a beautiful thing. All
Jason,
right.
I'm getting the impression you have an obsession with snacks. You might need to seek some help or get more snacks.
All right. So let's say Walt is driving the Mini. He's getting you guys across the lake. Aid's character jumps out there to hang out with the swans and the ducks and scout. So, well, why don't you roll another driving check? Wow, you guys are busy for the night before the heist. Should we just say it's the next day? And
I got
what's going on?
3 and a 1.
3-1. You successfully drive.
And
We're
when
not
we
in the lake.
when we stop,
hmm
I am going to eat 2 things of honey.
To try and keep yourself in that perfect balance between criminal and bear.
Yes,
All right, fair enough. Move the points over.
that puts me at 3-3.
3-3. Okay. You are not disturbed. No one jumps out of the lake this time that you see. So, you guys successfully make it down to the International Center. Real fast aid. The swans don't like you.
That's okay. I don't like the swans.
Yeah, you guys are kind of got a face-off going off. You and a particularly nasty black swan.
Okay.
She's just hanging out, hissing at you.
They can break your arm, you know.
Okay, we can put a pin. We can put a pin in that and come back to that confrontation. That's cool. Ho Chi Gao and Stanley, and I guess Debo, Slim, and Croker. You guys are down at the International Center trying to get inside and hack the network.
Yeah. What do we find at the front door?
At the front door, there's just one security guy wearing a blazer.
Is there a
Yeah.
side door that's unattended?
Let me see. 4 to 6, yes. Yes. There's a side door that's wholly unattended, and the access keys that you've gotten from jacking 2 security guys on site will let you in.
All right.
Let's get in.
Against my nature as a honey badger, I'm not going to maul the guy at the front door. I'm going to suggest we go in through the side door. There are key cards.
That's out of character. Good for you. Okay. You guys successfully get inside,
I'm
and
still a little bruised. My ego's a little bruised.
I understand completely. So you get to the second floor. There's the IT center, operations center. There's a couple of guys drinking lots of coffee and staring at their computer screens, dealing with little problems as they come up. And
Yeah, I'll bring over the fainting goat cakes and start handing them out to distract them. Hey, you guys, have you tried these? These are delicious.
all right, that's a persuasion check you're doing. So roll criminal,
Okay.
roll
No,
under
I
your score.
I think this is only a 1 die effort here. Oh, I made a 3.
How many points do you have in criminal?
2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They are not persuaded to indulge in your snacks, which is odd because they're system admin computer guys. You figure they're eating all the time, but they're like, nah, we got, Rizzy, thanks for your time there.
But did you see these are fainting goat cakes?
Okay, you can roll again since you're,
Basically,
pimping the company name.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. I got a 4.
Oh God.
Yeah, we've had fainting goat snack goats. We've had those kind of cakes before, sir. No, thank you. So
You know they're delicious, right?
I'm going to sneak up and try to take him out with a club or a sap or something like that. Would that be a criminal roll, or I think it'd be more of a criminal roll than a bear roll?
if you're not mauling him, if you're taking him out, yeah, don't you guys who were here for character gen last time? Don't you guys have spells?
Yes.
What is your spell there, Sparky?
Glass Gambit.
Glass Gambit. Whenever you perform an action while jumping through a window, roll 2 dice.
Yeah.
So why don't you jump through a window while you're doing this, and you can roll 2 dice.
I'm going to running start and jump
Mm-hmm.
and crash through the window and kind of pivot sideways and try to knock somebody out. And I got a 2 and a free.
You are successful. Ho Chi Gao, you
Don't
can now.
defend straight at home.
Huh? Say what?
I said, kids, don't defend straight at home.
Don't defend straight at home. We're paid
One of the
professionals here.
greatest words.
It really is. Ho Chi Gao, you can now
Yes,
hack the network to your heart's content.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to have a look at the porn. It's IT guys. The hard drives are full of shit.
Onlybears.com.
Yep.
All right. So that would be roll your criminal skill. Roll on, you get 2 dice. Roll under whatever your current score is in criminal.
Oh, good. It's a 6 and a 3.
And your current score was 3, or
It was no wait. It was 3.
okay. So you are successful.
Yay! I'm going to delete system 32.
Delete System 32.
Yep.
What is System 32?
It's on Windows machines.
Oh.
Wow, Mike.
I'm a Unix guy. I stay away from Windows stuff. If you learn Windows stuff, you have to work with Windows stuff. So I try not to learn it.
Yep.
All right. So you're taking out the network completely?
That would be silly. I'm going to just watch what they do with it. There should be security cameras, and it should be possible to look through them.
Yeah, you can see the security cameras. They've it looks like they're setting up for the event over in the hall. People running around, setting up the little honey vendor stalls, all kinds of honey. You can see the security detail who are getting ready to secure the honey for the night. They're going to be moving it from the Broadmoor Hall over across the lake, though they haven't started to make that move yet. The last few patrons of the day are getting kind of herded towards the doors.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Our hacker, Hochi Gao, are you able to change the security roster to include Debo as one of the security guards instead of who they originally had assigned?
That should be possible.
So, Hochi, remember that secret channel you found on the radio?
Yep.
It crackles to life again, and the head of the guy you recognize as the head of the property, Tad Ington, comes on and he says, Plan Alpha is a go. And there's a loud bang from outside the building down here towards the gate at the bottom of the map. And then your sensitive bear senses are assaulted just by this horrible, god-awful smell just wafting all across the property.
Oh, boy.
On the same channel, several people answer back to Taddington saying, Gotcha, Chief. Plans in motion.
Oh, no. We're going to get
After
scooped.
something.
We are fighting another heist team.
Yes, we are.
Out of curiosity, how much honey is there in the exhibition?
Oh, if you were to estimate, there's 25 vendors. Each vendor probably has, let's say, altogether, probably 500 to 600 pounds. The big cask of the black orchid honey is probably 50 or 60 pounds just by itself.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of honey. There's a loudspeaker announcement that says that there's been a hazardous materials incident at the front gate, and it's asking all hotel personnel to evacuate and clear out towards the Broadmoor Main, while local police and a hazmat cleaning crew is brought in to deal with the situation.
Interesting.
Guys, we gotta move fast.
If you look out through the security cameras towards what's happening, you can see a large, shiny tanker truck labeled Bovine Waste that is now laying on its side and seeping into the streets.
I can't find Main Street that you're talking about. I see Lake Circle, Mesa Avenue,
well, that's
Lake Avenue.
I kind of just made it up.
Okay.
First Street down here, right by this little parking
Okay,
symbol.
everyone should exit towards First Street.
Yeah,
Okay.
Everyone should exit towards 4th Street, then proceed west towards Broadmoor Main. There'll be a staging area there for people until they can get things cleaned up. And the hazmat cleanup crew got there awfully fast. They're there just a minute or two after the explosion happened.
Okay, guys, I say we jack this hazmat crew and take their places, put ourselves in their suits.
It's the pigeons. They're trying to steal the honey.
Shouldn't we just try and steal the honey while they're pretending to?
I was about to ask.
Sure, we can beat them to it. That's fine. I'm happy with beating them to it.
Well, right now, aren't we closer to the honey than them? Because it's not left Broadmoor Hall yet, has it?
Nope, it's still there. You know, it's curious. Look, your hacker lets you know, looking through the cameras he has access to, that the name of the hazmat company, it's Be Sure.
Sure, but I'm bummed.
It
Are their
seems
hazmat
odd.
suits going to be yellow and black lined?
Yes. Yes, they will. And there are some big guys working for this hazmat company. I mean,
Uh-huh.
you'd say some of these guys are like 6.5, 7 feet tall, probably 300-400 pounds.
You could say that they're absolute bears.
There is a bearish quality about some of these men, but they're in hazmat suits, so you can't see,
Yep.
Yeah, so
Right.
let's
Let's
wait
just
for
go jack them.
Yeah.
Jack the honey now before they get to it. Then, if we're closer, I thought we were further based on looking at the map. But if we're
no.
closer,
like
let's
right
go
next,
get the
we're
honey.
like right next door.
Yeah, you guys are in an international center.
In
And,
fact, there's a little hall,
Let's
a
go.
little corridor that goes into the Broadmoor Hall.
Yeah, there is a corridor. So let's go get the honey and run. That's a
Okay.
great distraction, and we have someone to pin it on.
So I'm going to gather myself together in the security office, and I'm going to smoke these honey flavored cigarettes, and enough of them to pull 2 points from criminal back to bear as we're heading to Broadmoor Hall.
Are you vaping?
All right.
No, I
He
looked. I
always
googled
does
it.
this near me, and I'm unhinged.
I did it. I googled it. Honey flavored cigarettes are actually a thing.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
Huh.
I
So
didn't know.
are actually honey flavored cigars.
Hey, Aid.
Don't smoke, kids.
Yes.
There are 2 polar bears clambering out of Cheyenne Lake and running
Oh,
down towards where your party is.
Okay.
One of
We
them
should
favors
think-
you with a sneering look as he runs by, scattering the geese who've been confronting you.
You know, it would be
Yeah.
awesome if you do a flashback where you use bits of bread to bribe the cobra chickens around you to work for you and slow down the bears.
That's a good idea.
So you have like an entire
I mean, again,
goose
it was
mafia.
it was last
Oh,
night I was
God.
actually being accosted by him. So maybe overnight I've been training them to the best of my ability to basically get in their way and trip them over.
Because like I have a dog that is afraid of nothing, but when one of those geese walks up and goes, he loses his mind. He loses his mind. He's like, "Oh my god, cobra chickens!"
All right, Aid, that works for me. I'm gonna make
Okay.
you roll for it.
What do I need
Just
to make criminal?
I don't. Is this a criminal activity or a bear activity?
Well, I'm training geese. I mean, it's not exactly a bear thing. So.
Okay, yeah. So you can Aid, you're the brains, so I'll say this is a brain activity. So you can
Oh,
roll 2
brilliant.
dice and
Okay.
take the lower.
I got a 2.
You have
Yes.
to train. You have to train them with the proper voice. Come on, you know the voice I'm talking about.
I
'Cause
don't.
you said
No
I couldn't
idea.
do that voice, so you have to do the voice.
I can't do voices today. My voice is broken. Okay, right. So
All right, Aid, you have successfully trained a squad of black
A
geese.
SWAT team of geese.
SWAT team of funny geese.
A SWAT team of geese and swans to do your bidding.
Okay, cool.
Sure,
So,
a black team.
they're gonna basically scatter out in front of them and try and either trip them up or basically hiss at them and cause them to stop dead in their tracks.
Indeed, these geese and swans are under your control now, Aid. So they'll do whatever you ask them to do. They're that
Good
loyal.
stuff.
Yep.
I just picture one of those black geese holding one of Debo's pepper sprays in its beak and going whack, 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 whack.
All right. So, Aid, what do you want to do after that happens?
So how successful am I? Do they fall immediately, or do they just basically hang around?
How successful are the geese taking out the bears?
Yes.
That's a
I
great
mean, again,
question.
that question's probably never been asked ever before. Yeah.
All right. Well, I tell you what. Let's roll for it because we're playing a role playing game. So why don't you roll a d6, Aid? And
Yeah.
this is more of a criminal thing. So you should have 4 points in criminal now. So
Yep.
4 or under, and the geese successfully slid on the polar bears.
Okay, I get a 4.
All right.
So dead on.
Those polar bears are going to spend the next 15 minutes fighting the geese. So you've got some time to
What a mental image that is.
you've got some time to get away, or go warn your crew what's going on, join them in the hijinks, or you can jump in and fight the bears.
Do I have to put my criminal up by another point because of that roll?
Yeah, you should probably eat some honey sooner. You're going to become a
Okay,
full-blown
I'll
criminal.
go
here, so-
5 and 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I will let the geese deal with those, and hopefully, if that's going to hold up 15 minutes, then I can scamper back to the location where I know they are trying to do their thing,
Okay,
and
let's just
giggling
do
as I go.
let's just do a running montage where Aid's character is running Rocky style, and boom, he's at the Broadmoor Hall with the rest of you folks who are even now trying to gain entrance despite the wafting aroma of bovine excrement. And we have 4 minutes before the hour is up. Do we want to put a pin in it and pick this up next week?
Sure.
Sounds like a
Good
plan.
place.
Cliffhanger.
I mean,
Okay.
every adventure needs to have a cliffhanger that involves bovine excrement, doesn't it? So
That's a bearable option.
that's always the best way to end an adventure.
All right, fair enough. You guys had a good time. Anything you wanted to do that you didn't get a chance to do? Anything you saw too much of?
I
wanted to
gal on a
mow somebody.
unicycle.
What?
There's
Everybody
like-
talk at once right now.
I don't know.
Contractually obligated outro.
Yes, yes. All right, folks. Thanks for checking out the BAMS podcast, first excursion into Honey Heist, and we will finish this bad boy up same time, same channel next week. Here's our contractually obligated extra. There we go. All right. Thanks, guys. Catch you next week.
Groovy. Thank you.